Hello everyone. In this video, we will see the implementation of Tinkercad simulation to turn on and off the Arduino's onboard LED. So to do this, you just need to have your Arduino Uno R3 onto your workspace, and this is pretty much required to run this particular program. I will show you the code over here. So you can change this to text. If you want, you can also use the drag and drop, but the lab is concentrating on the codes, right? Text, which is C++ based programming. So I will be covering with this particular concept only. Once you have this on the workspace, the board, this code will be initialized. So void setup, this will set up this particular pin point, which is 13, which is corresponding to this LED, and the loop is to loop will run to get any changes from these sensors or the board, and you will have the digital write, which will write high meaning it is on, and low meaning it is zero, right, it is off. So there will be a delay or added so that there will be a blinking effect shown on the bulb over here, light. Okay, so you can just start the simulation, and once the power is supplied, you will see the on power here, and then the LED glowing, blinking, right? So that's it for the first program. In this program, we will have to implement the simulation to turn on and off an external LED connected to the board. So we require the board. Also, we have to take the breadboard. If you want, you can rotate it using this button. I'll show you the connections now. So first we need to ground the circuit. So click on here, GND, and you can go to any positive terminal over here, and you can click on that. And I'll change the color to black. Usually the grounded cable will have the black color, so we'll go with the default rule. Now we need to take a LED, and you can drop it over here. Make sure you don't drop it directly onto the hole, because you must connect a resistor, otherwise that might burn the uh, your LED. So you can turn this using the rotate button, and you can simply place it adjacent over here onto the pin, or you can place it apart and you can connect them through the wire. So now this is actually connected, so you don't need external wire. For this end, you have to make use of a wire, and you have to drag and drop this to this particular any of the particular line, because this everything connection, this row has the same connection, so every hole corresponds to the same connection over here. Now this has to be connected to any of the ports in the board, and make sure that you drag from this 13 to here, right? You can make this even more better alignment, and you take care of that and change the color to red or whatever color you want to have. Now it's fine, but if you have if you are going with a many complex structure, then it will be a tedious task to debug any wrong connections, right? So you have to take care of the alignment as well as the color of the wires. So this has to come in the same column, and here we have grounded the circuit, but this doesn't require any code, so you can just run it. Now you can see that red bulb blinks, right? So that's all you gotta do. So in the third program, we have to implement two LEDs, and which will blink alternately. So first we'll do the same procedure, drag and drop the board and breadboard. Let's connect the ground to this port, any one port, and change the color to black. Now we can pick any of the lines from here. This is a digital one. If you want to go with the 5-volt particular line, you can go over here. This is for analog one, analog input. So I will take with 8, and let's connect over here. Change the color to red. And the next connection I will take from 13. So you can break this line by clicking over here, and you can just make the node design properly. And this has to be connected to this port, sorry, not here. So click on this line and just extend it, it's fine. Now you have to take two LEDs. So I'll drag and drop one over here and the next one to here. I will make one blue and the next one to be green, or you can leave it at red as well. Now I will take this and place it over here. We need two resistors. Let it be default values and try to rotate it so that it will be properly aligned over here. Make sure the resistor is connected to one of the pin over here, and then the next terminal of the resistor has to be connected to the ground. So this row is corresponds to your ground level, and this has to go to one that contains the column that contains the power wire, right, the voltage wire. So here we have the voltage wire, and this has to be connected to this. So I'll change this to yellow, or gray is fine. Now let's do the same thing with the blue color. Make sure you don't put it onto the holes over here, right? It might burn this. This has to come to the ground. And this has to be connected to this particular point. So once the setup is done, we have to start coding. So let's get to the code and make sure it's switched to text mode. Here we will first initialize few variables. Int. So we have to make sure what LEDs refer to which ports. So these are the ports we have from 0 to 13. So you can see that green LED is holding the 13th port. So by default this is 13, the default code. So we have to we can make use of variables so that once we update in one place, it will actually implement in many other wherever it is implemented. So that reduces the time that we spend in finding every line and changing it manually, right? So let's initialize green LED to 13, and we'll take one more, that is blue LED. This will have the port 8 because it's taking 8. If it takes 7, we have to specify it as 7. We'll take one more variable, blue LED. Okay, we will take delay time, and this will be set to 1000. And inside we have to initialize this, right? So in the setup function, we have to initialize green LED and blue LED. Now in the loop, a loop will be called every time so that the any changes here will be updated, right? So we have this. We will introduce one more bit. We'll say flag bit, or we'll just call it flag, and we'll set it to 1. And inside the loop, I'll write a if condition. So if flag is 1, I will just copy paste this two line. So we have to say digital write of the port which we have specified here. First I will go with the green one. So green port, green LED, sorry. So we have this set as high. So high means it is on state. So this will make this light glow, LED glow, and we will wait for delay. But now I will just remove this off, because in the if condition this LED to glow, and for the second loop this LED to glow and this to turn off. So here I will set the blue LED to low. Understanding, right? So first we will have in the first block we will have the green LED high state, blue LED low state, and since here one only we need it to execute only once, we will make it to 0. Flag is 0, and here else copy paste this same thing, but you need to change the blue and green LED, or you can change, make the high as low and low as high. Anything works. So this is blue and this is green, and make sure you set the flag bit to 1. And outside the if conditions, we will set the delay to delay time. Okay, so let's see how it works. First the loop runs, and here we will have the flag initialized to 1. So first loop flag will be 1, so this if condition is true, so the green LED will be high and blue LED will be low. And once this happens, we will set the flag immediately to 0, and this comes out of the if condition, and it will say set the delay time, so you can change the delay if you want, and this will wait for 1 second. And then the second loop, the flag will be 0, right? So it will be failing this condition, so it will come to else part, and this will execute. Your blue light turn high and the green light goes, LED goes to the low state, and then you will flip the flag. So flag bit will be flipped. So I will show you how it runs. So start simulation. Oh sorry, I made a mistake. It has to be port 8. So stop simulation, and this has to be port 8, and now we can start. Now you see it works. I'll stop the simulation now. I will give you a tip here. If you want to be a tricky programmer or coder, what you want to do is to reduce the number of steps. So instead of setting the flag bit to 0 and 1 in both the cases, what I will do is make flag equal to not flag, right? And I'll just remove these two lines. So flag is 1, here your flag will be 0. So I need to start with the 0 if you want to make this loop, this if condition to execute first. So flag is 0, not flag makes it 1, so your flag will be 1. Since it is 1, this will be true, and then the second time, since it is 1, this not flag will be 0. Now the flag here is 0, and this will be false, and then it will execute this. This is just a trick. If you want to follow this method, you can go. I just found it interesting, right? So it still works. So thank you guys. Only these 3 programs for now. The rest will come in part 2. uh, Stay tuned, and please do share the program. Thanks for watching.